Hey guys, one sec. Hey guys, one second, sorry. Hey guys, give me 1 second here. Oh, I got the camera going finally. Hold on. Yay, bonding. Um, so I don't have words for this, but I got to get this out there. If you are on any Discord platform, the more I look at this, the more I'm going to create my own. Like I'm just so over this. Um, the more I look at this stuff on Discord, and the more I see this stuff, I just want to go to like a private community. Like, never send anybody money over freaking Discord, guys. Like, I don't care if you're in our community or not. Like, just like don't, like don't. I don't know how else to say this. So I'm just watching someone else that just got scammed. It's absolutely insane that people do this, and they get away with it, and there's nothing that anyone's going to be able to do about it. The site that seems to be the issue is this Trader Room X. I think they tell you to wire the money to, or Sterling Capital. I mean, they have a whole network of them. Um, they can impersonate you. There's nothing that I can do about the impersonations. And people get scammed all the time. I put a warning out every single freaking morning over this, and it just keeps happening. Like, it's just absolutely freaking maddening. And they hit them as soon as they come in the room. Like, there's nothing that I can do about it. So they'll pay to join the community, and then they just sit in there and they just wait. So it's not even like, you don't even know who it is, because they just have somebody from the outside come in and say something. It's really freaking maddening. It really is. So I'm not really sure if anybody has an idea how else to deal with it. I tell people to block their DM so they can only accept friend requests. But if they see my name and they think it's me, then they're going to accept the friend request. Even if I say that I will never friend you. So I'm not really sure what to do about it. If someone has an idea on what to do with it, and a way to handle it, I'm all ears. So, but they make money off of it. They make money off of it. So they're going to keep doing it because people pay them. All right, let's get to it. So let's just get into it. I don't really like rising wedges at all, but this is what we have. So it's the hand that we have to play. You're going into Tesla's earnings tonight, and you're going into Google's earnings, which frankly are more important for the market, because the market's going to talk about the CapEx spending. But this really isn't great the way that you're setting up here. To me, it's actually really negative. And I do think that that's something that's going to be a major issue. So please keep that in mind. And I definitely think it's something that's worth paying attention to. So I really think that it's important to focus on this. I'm out of it. I'm a little annoyed. I apologize. But if you look at this stuff, you're not really getting out of the way, and you're actually rolling over. And so it's not great. I've seen great before. It doesn't look like this. I tried not to laugh when I was talking about, like, yesterday was like a pullback or a little bit of a correction. And when you watch those videos, like the public ones, please understand, guys, like, the titles have to be what the titles have to be in order to get people to click. It just is what it is. That's the game. So, and until the rules change, it is what it is. And I'd rather have more people watch the content, because I think the content's very helpful. So I have to play the game. I don't know what's going to be your catalyst that's going to move you. I think that the biggest reminder out there for any of this stuff is, like, what's going to get us moving? Like, what's really going to drive us, higher? And I don't know that I have I don't know I have an answer to that. I don't know what the answer is there. you know, maybe it's Google saying CapEx is being increased tonight. That's like the biggest thing about tonight that I think is very, very important. So I just hate when people get scammed. I just freaking hate it, dude. It drives me freaking insane. Because it's just like people sitting in some like farm somewhere, If you look at how this is rolling over, are you worked off enough? Does it look like you're worked off enough? Probably not, right? I don't think you're worked off enough, guys. So, and rising wedges like this, man, like you got to look at it for what it is. So this is where you opened and then you sold down. And so what I like to do with this stuff is just drop a line. And I'm going to take this off. And then what I'm going to do is just show you the 50. And that's where it is. So you really, really don't want to break that line that I drew here. You really don't want to break that one. And, that's definitely something that is of interest to me, but I would just be super careful here. I really don't like, I'll tell you what I don't like, because you asked. I really don't like the way that the big dogs didn't participate yesterday. It was very specific names. And some of those names look fantastic, by the way. And I'm going to take a bunch of questions today. So I'm going to do it. I'll do it fast. I won't waste a lot of time. I'll just give yeses and nos so that people can get their questions answered. Because I know I should be starting these at 8:15, but that was my goal today. And then it just turned into a suck salad of a morning. So it's like rising wedges end in tears, man. I think that's a better line, don't you? There's your 50% demarcation line from the high of this on Monday. I'd be careful, man, until that gets through. I'm just thinking. You probably saw the smoke. I'd be careful until that gets through, man. I don't know that you're going to push through there. I do think you can push through on Google's CapEx numbers. But I do want to go over Texas Instruments with you guys because I do think that's important. It's also interesting that the SPY's trying to rally here, but there's your level. And the question is, do you get through that or you just fade? You have some really good numbers out of like PHM, and people are going to look at different sectors, right? Like this kind of stuff's just going to rock Toll Brothers because things were much better than expected. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff just keep lifting. Like a lot of this stuff's just going to keep pushing, I think. So probably worth watching today. I don't really know that a lot of this stuff's going to fall apart. You're probably just going to wind up going higher. Is what I think. You had decent vol yesterday, and you're all bidding up. And you had decent numbers, like you had really good numbers. So I think that could continue. Obviously now, right, would be the one that you'd really want to watch. Does that go? Does it not go? You might go today. You might finally break through this. It's really big volume, but they really nailed it yesterday because the growth was way better than people expected. So, maybe that's what we're going to say. Let's take a look at something real quick, and then I'll get to accused. Yeah, all right, I got all that in there. Let's go here and take a look at this for a second. So what are we seeing really bid up this morning? What are the names that are really bidding up? What are the sectors? We got crypto, we got 2 Utes, and we got the home builders. And then we got healthcare again. And what's at the bottom, once again, that's not really bidding up? XLK, XLC, and the stocks. So let's go take a look at something. I love when we can look at stuff together. Basically, we're looking at value versus growth. Did you move enough to actually be something? Oof. That'll do it. So you might be there. You might actually be turning. See it? So you might have a room here. Like I know you look at the shorter time frames, but you might have room to go where home builders outperform. I know it doesn't look like much, but that's a lot. See the divergence? So you might want to watch the home builders today. I'm gonna get out of my funk right now. Let's go. Let's do it. We're going to just do this super fast so I can answer everyone's questions. 20-year bond today is definitely big. Definitely big. NVIDIA I'm not going to cover. AEHR, let's do. DHI, DE, we should do that too. This is a tough one, John. It's a tough one to play. What's up, Troy? That's a tough one, bro. It really is, because it doesn't move the same way like you think it's going to move. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. You got to get through. Do you have a huge call wall, John, at 172.50? I'm sorry. You have a huge put wall at 172.50 on the video for those that are trading it today. Just understand that. So you and Lanier are the volume guys, right? You and Lanier are the volume guys. And obviously DHI crushed along with it. Are you breaking out? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's your moving average. I tend to not buy this one. I like buying like MHO because you're trading at almost a discount to your NAV. TPH, you're at a discount to your NAV. right? Now you're above your NAV, you're actually over your book value, and no one even knows these freaking companies exist. So I like this. See, MHO outperforms Toll Brothers. And people don't even know this name exists, but like if you go here, okay, and you go and you click, it does make me laugh. If you go here and you look at this, go over 10 years, MHO outperforms Toll Brothers by a lot. And MHO is trading at a discount right now. I think it's back over its book value. So that's usually the one that I look at. Now you can see, like, you can play the game, right? And see, maybe there'll be a period where it doesn't happen, but that usually does happen. It just takes some time here. And so I tend to look at this one, but it just doesn't get the same like umph because people don't know it. They're like, well, why would I play this one? Right. And, do you really want to play this thing? Yeah, you're gonna have to watch this, especially when you see crap like this, but I don't know, $4, not a bad quarter, 450. So I'd watch those. I think CVNA can go a lot higher. I think people are worried about the consumer. I have this, and I still have not remedied it. So I'm not really going near this thing until it does remedy that. Now, if I am a betting person, which I am, you've been holding the 22 and you're breaking below it. So, anytime I'm below this, I seem to be holding. And as long as I'm above the 55, but I'd like that big juke down to that level and then maybe a bounce. But I don't know that I have to get involved. Julian, SBET, a lot of this stuff, I'm finding it very difficult to have any real rhythm with. And I keep getting chopped up by them. So I think I'm going to put them on pause for a little bit. I noticed it with BMNR too. Like you're bidding up and then you're like, I'm going to go. And all they're doing is just luring people in over and over again. Oh, look, new highs. We're in. There's the open, right? We're in, new highs. Time to get in. Oh, no, again and again. Like it's exhausting. And then they just whack you down over and over again. Like, so these things have personalities. And to me, I just think you need to be super careful with them. They're way above the NAV of the stock. You're almost better off buying like Ethereum and then shorting these things, because eventually the NAVs are going to collapse. Like the NAVs on these names, whatever one, I think that this is the one that trades Ethereum, right? Like eventually you're going to collapse. Like not like you'll go to 1.5 to 1 or something like MSTR eventually. But I think that's the better trade, is the pair trade. I actually think that you could buy this one, right? Because he's going to start allowing, like iShares said, oh, by the way, we're going to start staking. I actually think you could buy this long. I was thinking about this because I don't have a life. And then like shorting the other one. I think that might work like fantastically. Oh my gosh, 9 o'clock. MP held up exceptionally well yesterday. I think you're just waiting to build is all you need to do there and then go from there. I think that's all you're waiting to do here. But you held up exceptionally and you reversed. I'll tell you what you're going to get off of something like MP is this bar right here that's market off. The moment you flip that bar, you're getting players in. Now, whether they make money or not, I don't know because you had no volume yesterday. But what's so fascinating to me is you had no sellers. See, when people look at volume, they're like, oh, it's late volume. Okay, but I didn't have any sellers. Where are my sellers? Like, where's the fear? Where's the panic? I didn't have that. I don't know why I didn't have it, but I didn't have that. So keep that in mind. You just didn't. You didn't have it. So yeah, this was just such an easy trade, but I didn't do it. But you'll probably gap fill. Kevin's here probably asking about it. Adam. I mean, I wouldn't go near that. The open trade, I'm wondering if that's it. They seem to move on to Kohl's. The ITB stuff's very interesting. I think if you are looking at this corporation from the lens of, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to build a position in it, like how people looked at ASTS back in the day, like when this first came out, I think you're looking at it the right way. I think that that's the way to look at it. I'm not saying you're going to 10x, but you have to think like you're going to bounce around for a long period of time, right? So you have to think like that. I'm holding KSS. I'm not going anywhere with it. Nowhere. I bought it yesterday around 11-ish, then again at 12. I sold some of the 18s, some a little higher, and then I bought more back, and then I bought more. I mean, it's a real company, and I don't think people understand it. I don't think people are getting that yet. Like, I did this with SLG in 2023 back in the room. In the room, we did this. And people are like, well, it's going to go to zero because New York real estate's collapsing. Don't you watch the internet? And then, like, right in here, Japan conglomerate bought 50% of 245 Park Avenue for $2 billion. And like, it's like, okay, the book value is $65 of the entire company. It's trading at 28. Like, they just solidified their book. So like, the thing that people aren't really getting about Kohl's is the tangible book value of Kohl's is around $34, $35. So like, there's real value here. It's at this place. Like, what people aren't getting about the XLY names is that they are so beaten down. Like, people keep asking me about like Abercrombie, like, why do you own this? I'm like, it's trading 8-9 times earnings. Like, it's insane where these things are. You just have, Tariff Wednesday or Tariff Tuesday. What country are we going to put tariffs on next? Maybe they're going to be 10%, maybe they're going to be 20. So people don't know what the heck's going on. And they're just like, just get me out of this stuff, man. And so like places like Kohl's, they can't figure out how to do their purchasing and everything else, right? So they get depressed, outcome versus expectation, reflexivity. And we're on the other side of the pendulum on this stuff, man. Kohl's is not Sears. Like, it's not going to happen. And Sears, quite frankly, Eddie Lambert made it over $1 billion just on the real estate portfolio because he spun it out. You can go like read that story. It's fascinating. But like, when you look at this stuff, like, that's the thing about Kohl's that people aren't getting. They're like, oh, it didn't move today. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you have to give it more than, a day. Like, when people start getting that story, it's going to go higher. It's just a question of, it's a question of time. To me, it is. It's a question of time. I mean, I've been wrong before, but they, even if this thing went through bankruptcy, there's so much there. and on the tangible book side of it. I'm not talking intangible, like what the name's worth. I'm talking about the real estate, what it's worth. So you get these opportunities every once in a while. And, you do have a lot of uncertainty around like the tariff stuff, but, it is what it is. Don't make me block you. RKT. I do think this kind of stuff can move based upon what you're seeing out there. I don't know that I want to pay up for it, but it can move. All this stuff can move because eventually what people are doing is they're just betting like on Tree or UPST, which is setting up like anything that does this kind of stuff you want to watch. Anything that does that with like the undercut of the wick and then lifts, they tend to move. They tend to move, man. So NBIS, I haven't heard that for a while. What's up, Aaron? No. Okay, hello. I'm not in this space. Like, I'm not like an expert in this space. Like, if I had to tell you, like we have a guy in the room, Steven, that knows this stuff like cold. Like, I don't get why I would buy this name. And I'm not saying that I'm right. You're holding 60, but I don't know why, and this is actually really what you want. You want the back test, right? But I don't know why I would buy this name over this name. And this name has zero revenue, like zero. How much do they do in revenue? Oh, I know it by heart. It's zero. Versus like LEU or like what is the other one? BWXT that like just got another contract. That are doing like real business, like they're doing billions a year. Like maybe buy those if you want to play that space. It seems to maybe buy the companies that have like billions of dollars in contracts with the government, and the government's telling you we're going to spend more in uranium. Like maybe buy those names. That's kind of how I say it. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. Open to me looks like it's dead. You had a lot of good earnings today. Now's got its work cut out for it, man. They have their work cut out for it. I'm going to come out with my own hot pocket. Yeah, they are watching that carry trade, aren't they? You're 100% right on that. Oh, bro, I got a story for you. I have a story for you. I just did that with something I had to do it with. Yeah, but you know what, dude? It's just like, you know what it is? You still have people that are from different countries and people that believe in people. Like, that's why it works, because it's a numbers game. So yeah, I'll pay for it, man. I don't care. Like, yeah, let's reach out to me, dude, or DM me or email me, whatever. But please, I don't care. Biotech looks decent, actually. This G Pro, they're trading it in the room. Usually what happens with this kind of stuff is I blow it off, right? Like I blow it off like, it's a pig. And then I'm like buying it at like 4. And then everyone gets annoyed with me in the room because I don't trade this garbage. But like once it's consolidates and it's got something like some structure to it, but there were guys that were buying this stuff at like $1. That's why I like the community. It's fun to watch. But guys are killing it in this thing. Yeah, you have a ton of volume. Hold on. You got a ton of vol, like a ton. So there's your level. What you always want to do is find like the first spot where it moved, which would obviously be right here. You started here too, but just drop a pin there and watch that level. Good morning from Hawaii. Good morning from Miami. Cat, I like. CMI, I don't know enough about to talk about intelligently. Lulu scares me because Lulu doesn't know their business. Lulu came out and said, we don't know how to deal with the tariffs, and we're just going to pass it all on. Like they sell $100 t-shirts to dudes to go to work out in. Like that is not a sustainable business model. Like if you work out, you're not spending $100 on a t-shirt. You're just not. Like Texas Instruments just came out and said this. We spent money, we don't know what we spent it on. Like they're spending money with us and we don't know if it's real or not. We don't know if it's front loaded. I should say it that way. So something like this, like $100 t-shirts. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, even if you can afford them, like, why? Like, I buy protein powder from these guys and I get them for like, I don't know why the camera's the way it is. I'm working on it, guys. They look gigantic. Anyway, like, I think this thing's like $12 for like a t-shirt. Like, oh, I buy their protein powder. Like, you want a t-shirt for $12? Sure. $100 t-shirts for dudes to go work out in. Like that's your come on. I agreed. LEU, am I safe? No, you're not safe. How could you be safe? You're investing in the stock market. There's nothing safe about it. It all depends on what he says, dude. It's all the Elon show tonight. That's all it is. It's all the Elon show. That's all it is. You held and you had volume yesterday. Anything that holds and you had volume yesterday, you're going to want to watch. Solar actually looks like something, doesn't it? I thought that was super interesting. I don't know. I'll figure out the camera. This is freaking me out. GEV has earnings. I'm going to just say this, right? Like I am floored that you're bidding up on this. Like floored. Like, yeah, it's good, but like, you know, is it that good? This could 100% fade today. Like 100% fade. Yeah, their earnings are great, but that can fade. I know what time it is. Thank you. But this could, I'd be super careful with this. Like, I get that it's a good quarter, but my God, like, what are you paying? What are you going to pay for this company? Like, really, what are you going to pay? Let's say they do $8 next year. Let's just say they're not on track to do $8, but I'm just picking a number just to kind of put it in perspective, right? Like, here's $1 that they did last quarter. Okay, here's $2. Like, you just start going through it. Well, here's some losses, right? Here's losses, right? Well, they did something with the accounting there. But here's my point. Yeah, and then they crush, right? But like, let's just say that this is sustainable at $2. It's 8 times 50, 8 times 60, 8 times 70. Okay. So you're going to pay on $8, you're going to pay 70 times next year's earnings. Like, this is the kind of stuff that gets smoked, you know, and it goes until it doesn't, man. So, you know, 500, I thought I was paying too much. I know guys love AMD. I was watching this one guy talk about it yesterday. Someone told me to watch this channel. It's the biggest bunch of garbage I've ever seen. And I've seen some garbage, but like, I don't know. Why wouldn't you just buy NVIDIA? This stuff looks like it wants to go, doesn't it? All of it. See copper? I mean, when does it pass through? When does it pass through to these names? Because it's not passing through at all, is it? Man, those inflation numbers are probably going to be wild. I actually think that's why he's trying to get rid of Powell. I was thinking a lot about this. I think he wants Powell to cut rates now because he knows what's coming with the inflation. And yet that's why he wants rates cut now, because he knows how bad it's going to get. I wonder, man. I do. I wonder that stuff. All right. CIM is one of those things you have to buy and hold there. Car is just, look, I told people here, I got involved. I did like a trade. I made like $10. I got out of the way. This kind of stuff, Hertz, I think Hertz is going to be a monster trade, in my opinion, but I still have it, still sitting with it. You know, you're building out your structure right here. So, you know, let's just get to it. It is what it is. I don't think he knows what he wants. He tried to get us to put little screws in Apple phones. Remember that? USAR, that's rare earth, is it? No. Morning. What do you got, JP? Well, if you wanted to buy this, like if you really, let's clean that off. If you really wanted to buy this, right? Like here's the thing about it. You go, all right, since we merged, what happened? You've got one green bar, right? And you have your undercut right here, right? So you know, like if you're trading it, this is your level. My thought on it is, why wouldn't you buy this? Like if you really want to get involved in it, you buy this, right? Because you're actually, with the merger, this should be higher. Like here, let's mark it off. But that should be higher. Like if I undercut it, I undercut it. But if you hold in here and just say core weave stays where it is, right? Just say core weave stays where it is. Just by going flat over time, cores will go to 17 and change. Like there's a $4 spread on this thing between the merger, right? So why wouldn't you just buy cores? And if core weave goes flat, cores is still has the possibility of going up. I think that's the better trade. I actually am looking at this trade. I was just waiting for a day where it didn't go to crap. Like I was just like, maybe there'll be a day where it just doesn't fall to pieces. Maybe we're there. So what else we got here? I'm gonna have to jump. ARM. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going near it. I gotta jump, guys. Sorry for the late start. We're getting closer to 8:15. I promise. See you guys. Trade to win.